Hi, thank you for joining me on Otter HB. Today we are installing a 3,000 watt Renogy inverter into my RV trailer. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited about doing this. Now that we have solar panels up on the roof on the trailer, it is time to start using the battery. And this is how it does it. It gets hooked up to the battery. From there, it changes the power from battery to a regular wall outlet. We're going to put a wall outlet in here, and I'll show you how we're going to hook the trailer directly up to this. So come join me for the adventure. It's going to be fun. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to Otter HB, please subscribe. If you enjoy my show, give me a thumbs up for that like. Let's get outside and get started on this. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. One of the first things that's going to happen is I want the inverter to sit kind of right there against that side wall, but it's too flimsy. So what I'm going to do is I got a piece of 1/2-inch melamine, and I'm going to sheet it down here so it gets something solid, because there's a frame around there, so there's something to screw it to. So we'll get it nice and solid before we put it there. I think we're good. It's nice and steady. It's hitting something all the way around. Okay, I think that was biggie. That got what we're going to mount the inverter to in nice and stable. So let's start working on some cables. Okay, so here's the deal with these big inverters, these 3,000 watt inverters. You need a 4/0 or a 4-gauge wire, which, man, is really thick and hard to work with. So I think what I'm going to do is get it on here, kind of slide it through the hole, figure out where it's going, get it mounted, and then we'll start working the cables through where they're going to go. But I think step one is just getting these mounted. And I like how these go on. They've got lock washers. They screw on up top, and they get on down below to where they're not coming off. And there we go. There we go. Let's get it slid in. Okay, so here we go. Let's try to get this mounted to the side wall. I think that's the inverter's home right there. Okay, so here's the next. We're gonna drill a hole down through the floor to get out and then up to those batteries. If we look at where we're going, we're gonna be there, and it's gonna come down and go right there. So it's not a far run. Let's keep going with these wires. Okay. Let's work at trying to get these wires to where they won't go anywhere. If we do that, then I think we could do it like that, and nothing's going anywhere. So it's funny, I was watching a show once, and they were talking about motor homes. And you think about anything you do, you got to worry about vibration. Because everywhere these things go, it's like putting them through one big earthquake. Just rattle them around. I like that. And the ground wire, I think we'll just kick out right here through the bottom. Wow. There it is. Everything's running down and out, so I think that's kind of it for in here. See if we can get it hooked up. Okay, I think that's it as far as the inverter placement. The cables are ran, the ground wires ran, everything's outside, so now it's time to hook up the battery cables and we'll get going. So here's what the final installed product looks like. We've got your negative and your positive. Ground was running through there. Then over here we've got all our connections are on and off as far as the inverter goes. Plug it in the remote switch, so we'll get all that ran. Here's the fun part, is trying to get ends on these and then trying to get them all smashed down. And that gives us our first one done. Okay, there's our next one. Let's get it melted up. Okay, so here we go. Positive went to positive. Negative went to the end of the shunt, which is for the battery monitor to read it. So wires all hooked up, ground's hooked up. Let's go ahead and turn the inverter on for the first time and see what happens. Okay, here we go. We have a green light. It is good to go. Okay, there's always a test. Plug something in, see what happens. So that's running off the batteries now. Inverter up and running. Hooty hoo. Okay, inverter's in, it's in place. It's all hooked up to the batteries. It's running. So the next and last step is going to be run the remote out of here underneath into the inside of the trailer, so we have a remote to turn the inverter on and off. And then also there's going to be an extension cord plugged in to feed a couple outlets in there. So instead of having to hook the trailer up to this inverter, those outlets will always be, so that'll be good. So Next step, let's get moving. Okay, so here we go. Next step is, this is the remote for the inverter. We're going to go ahead and mount it right here, and this will turn the inverter on or off for us inside here, which will give us the ability to use it at any given time. I have already cut an outlet in right here. I'll show you right now. So here's the outlet I cut in. We've got 2 outlets and then 2 USB. And then on the back side, it's just got a cord with a plug on the end. So I'm actually going to run an extension cord from the inverter, run the line down, bring it up in, and it'll just plug in here. So anytime we turn the inverter switch on over there, this plug now becomes live. So then we'll have regular wall outlet, and we can charge the phones and do whatever we wish here. So it's going to be awesome. TV plugs in right here. We'll come right over. So let's get to work on that. So I think the most stressful part of this job has been just cutting holes in the trailer on the inside, whether it was, you know, for this battery monitor or for the solar power or now for the inverter switch. It's just a little stressful always knowing that you're cutting a hole. But what I did do just to make sure is I ran a line the same length as what the cable on my battery monitor is, down and out and over, just to make sure that the cable wasn't going to come up too short. Grabbed a level. It's always good to just verify that our cuts are right there. Okay, here we go, cutting another hole in the trailer. And there we have it. Looks good. And there you go, that'll be the on and the off. Now it's just time to get the wires ran. Okay, so here's the last couple little things. Let's get the remote plugged in. And then we'll plug in the outlet that we have cut in. Turn our power on remote. Now our switch should work. Let's go in and try this out. Okay, my favorite to test is always a drill. Nothing. Power's on. And power's on. That's awesome. If we look down, we have a green light as far as where our remote switch is at. Okay, so here's the big reason I put the inverter where I put it. What I was really looking forward to doing is just taking my trailer, instead of hooking it into an outlet like you normally would, you're hooking it straight into your inverter. So there you go, now it's hooked up to the inverter. So it's awesome because now all my outlets, everything works in the trailer. The big thing you gotta watch is it thinks it's hooked up to the outlet, so once you plug it in, it's also charging the batteries and drawing energy from that battery. So go into your control panel, there's going to be either a fuse or a switch somewhere that turns off that charger. Once you turn off that charger, now we've got a trailer that's hooked into electricity. That's why the inverter's there, runs everything. Basically, I'm going to close a little bit there. And when I don't have hookups, I now do. Awesome. Woo! Well, I think that wraps up the inverter story. It's been awesome. Not too easy, not too hard. It wasn't that complicated. It's just a lot of steps. But now we have inverter in the trailer. We have a reason to use those batteries that the solar panel's powering. It gives us regular current with the flip of a switch, and that's really what we were hoping for. So, 3,000 watt inverter hooked up in my RV trailer. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Give me a like if you enjoyed this show. Till the next time, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.